Guys, welcome back to my somewhat strange reselling channel, even though it's not totally reselling anymore. But once again, I appreciate all the support, subscribers, all the likes, and so on. There are a lot of things, guys, as you know, that you can be thankful for when you do any type of content, not just for specific category. And before I start today's video, I wanted to say thoughts and prayers with everyone affected by Hurricane Helene 2 weeks ago, which is still ongoing recovery effort in the states affected and all the people affected. So prayers for those people and thoughts and prayers for everyone affected by this. And also right now, as you know, another very strong hurricane coming over currently to Florida, Hurricane Milton. So thoughts and prayers with everyone, for everyone who will be affected by this particular hurricane. And as you guys know, Mother Nature, unfortunately, this year unfolded a lot of catastrophic events and very bad year in my opinion. And of course, there are other weather related and other things which can relate to the not just the weather but anything that can happen in the world currently going on. Everyone is affected, and thoughts and prayers with everyone, with their families, loved ones. So today, guys, will be one of my favorites, educational type of video, and usually kind of started to not make those anymore unless they're kind of interesting, maybe and useful for someone. And I would like to actually make one today, which is going to be hopefully interesting for anyone who dealt with this issue or for anyone who will be dealing with this issue in the future. And I'm kind of sorry for my being slow today, guys. I'm a big sports fan, and last, I would say, since the Cleveland Browns season started, and with my health constant appointments, I'm not in a lot of energy lately, like, and doing reselling full time and concentrating on so many different things right now that is something that's me. It's someone will say it's crazy and stuff like that, but I love sports and I support all of our Cleveland teams, Cavaliers, Browns, and Indians or Guardians. The names that I don't like really like. But anyway, the last 2 days were kind of hectic because Browns played on Sunday, and I was watching that game, cheering for the Browns as usual, even though it's tough to be Cleveland Browns fan. I would make a different video for that. I was kind of thinking making a video, kind of releasing my emotions about this situation. But being a Browns fan, and Browns fans all over the country will agree with me, it's not an easy thing, and we're loyal fans. Cleveland Browns fans, in my opinion, are very loyal. Whoever stayed loyal till now to still be Browns fans, because the team having unfortunately all types of I'm not gonna go into it much, but anyway, and so on Sunday it was Browns games, and yesterday was Cleveland Indians game against Detroit Tigers in ALDS, second game of the series, and it ended crazy, like It was first game Indians basically ran away with the game 7-0, beat the Tigers at yesterday. And I was watching that game too on Friday. Then I was sourcing at the beans. I was so tired within the last 5 days, guys, that yesterday I just completely lost my energy. I just got home and dropped dead. Couldn't do anything, even prepare stuff to ship. I was so tired. But anyway, enough of that uh, stuff. I'll make a separate video about Cleveland sports. I will be kind of making those types of videos. Think it's gonna be good for me and maybe the channel. Maybe someone will like those. But anyway, today's topic, guys, is USPS damaged item, and I'll just share one screen possibly with you today, and just read some stuff as it is without sharing the screen because I got the documentation from USPS. So this is regarding the damaged package that, and I know Archie Biscuitbot will kind of most likely watch this video, hopefully, and leave a comment. How come he doesn't see me talk to any reps this time, as I love to do? And I still do that, but I decided I'm not gonna include that in the video. There's no point, otherwise you guys are gonna fall asleep. And I did call and talk to USPS numerous times, and just different departments too. So I'll share some information today on this video. So I shipped the equalizer. You guys most likely familiar. I'll share the screen for that sale. Just show you what it is, so you'll see what type of item it is. Just if you're not familiar with what equalizer, this is like something that you connect to your receiver or your stereo systems at home, and this is what it looks like. Hopefully you guys can see it. So this is an equalizer that I sold for parts are not working. Let me scroll up a little bit so you see it, the name. So this is a brand called BSR, and model is 4000 XR, computer memory frequency equalizer. And as you see in the title, even I put for parts or repair, untested, read. All the proper things for certain buyers who don't read. And actually, it's funny. I rewatched John and Jenna's live from yesterday, flipping in easy, because I fell asleep while they were doing their live after watching the Indians game. I was just couldn't even. Was so tired that I barely drove back home without falling asleep. So they were actually discussing this a little bit, and about the title things and stuff like that. For parts or not, to put in something in the title like for parts or read. I usually put both sometimes. So depends on what it is. I'll put read or for parts. Um, but there is, condition. You guys know that you can select for parts are not working, and even on a mobile device, it's still going to be showing up as for parts are not working condition. So if buyer is not lazy, as there are of course buyers that are lazy to scroll down and look and read, as you know, with all the issues currently going on, some do, and thankfully those types that don't, there are much more less of those types of buyers compared to the ones that actually read and pay attention to the condition and the title. But most of my titles will have, if there's something going on, and a lot of the times there is something going on. Believe me, with the stuff that I source or buy, especially electronics, I'll put in either read in capital letters or for parts or repair or untested. So either or that. In that case, I'll put in everything, as you can see, for parts or repair, untested, read. So all of that stuff in the same time. So this sold on, let me see, what day it sold. I think it sold on August 9th, so it's been 2 months ago already. And buyer sent me an offer for this. I originally had it listed, as you can see, for $149 plus 24.99 shipping. Buyer sent me an offer for 120. I accepted it because this is from the beans, Goodwill beans. So by weight, I paid, which I put down as my cost, $7.30 by weight, because if you go over 10 pounds for electronics at our bean store, it's 69 cents per pound. So I don't remember exact weight of that equalizer, but anyway, I calculate that type of stuff. Sometimes you see different content creators tell you how they do cost on their inventory when they buy bulk stuff, and at the beans I buy in bulk. So sometimes you can calculate the amount you paid, the total, and see how many items you bought, and then divide that amount from the cost, from the purchase price, and see on average how much the cost of each item will be. But I don't usually do that way. Sometimes I will. It depends for me, guys. I don't. Um, Sorry, guys. I'll be drinking water because I had some drinks yesterday during the game, that crazy Indians game, and I'm taking medication now. It's not a good thing. Don't do that, guys, because I'm ruining my health again. But that was me and my ADHD thing and me sports and all that stuff. I get really out there a lot. Like I cannot concentrate on anything, and but that's me, guys. I know. I don't do that stuff. For me personally, I got used to it, but it really ruined my health with all the stuff, exercising and watching sports a lot, and being stressed out when Cleveland teams lose, to the point where my heartbeat goes up very fast. So, um, what the hell was I talking about? So anyway, that's how I calculated the cost for the equalizer. So anyway, uh, let me remove that. So I sold it for $120 plus $24.99 for shipping. And inside of the condition, which is for parts are not working, I put in unit is an acceptable condition with exterior cosmetic wear such as paint discoloration, stain spots, and paint peeling at some spots on top and on the back of the unit. So the paint was peeling off. And I made a video, listing video also for that listing. You can do that, guys, if you would like. I don't know if you can do it on a mobile version of the. A lot of people, as you know, list on mobile devices, which is do. I will do it sometimes, rarely. I don't know why I don't. I do it for Mercari and Poshmark, but not for eBay. I don't know. I cannot explain it, guys. It was my. You cannot understand my ways of thinking, guys. That's gonna be difficult to go into my head and explain this. That's tough to do, guys. The way I think about things. And some people say, "Wow, why are you doing that or that?" And it's kind of like I felt after doing it for so many years, I got to the point where I like to do the stuff that I like to do the way I do it, because otherwise I'm gonna be kind of, I would say, distracted by not doing it the way I was doing it, and it's gonna be tough for me to get used to it. So that's why I do it this way. And so next, I described that the unit was powering on, and buttons on the front. There was one knob which I described, which was on the front of the unit. It was bent to the side, which also described. So, and I'm selling this unit as untested, since I don't have capability to fully test it. And sometimes with electronics like receivers, just a piece of advice for you guys. That's why I just said it in the lives before that electronics, guys, if you're not sure that you can fully test it out, just list it for parts are not working or untested or partially tested. You can actually put in a title partially tested also if you would like to do that, because if you power it on and you were able to somehow, a certain device, depends on what it is. There are a bunch of electronic devices. So, but with equalizer, you have to connect it properly to the receivers, to the system, sometimes tuner, and to the speakers, and you have to make sure to test all the functions, because if there's one function, people who buy those types of things, they are most likely familiar, with those units, certain brands, models. They may have the same model for many years that they used, and it just stopped working, so they bought another one. They know how it works. So just to prevent issues, just do it that way. List it as untested or partially tested, or describe in a listing, or like I do in a video, that what you see, with that's wrong with the unit, so people will kind of watch that short video and see exactly what exactly may be happening. At least have an idea, because you cannot describe a lot in 1 minute. So, but you can put it in description. So, and other knobs and buttons seem intact. That's what I wrote down in the item description. So anyway, to continue, I'll stop sharing that screen. So after that, the buyer purchased it, I shipped it with USPS ground advantage, and the buyer was in Florida. Don't remember what city, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So when it arrived to the buyer, and let me share that screen with you guys also. The buyer messaged me first. See, some buyers, like a lot of discussion also about that, that some buyers are kind of shady, or like doing stuff without reaching out to the seller first to address the issue. But this buyer actually messaged me, and I checked with the tracking number. It's that day um, that he received it, and it was damaged. So let me share that screen with you also, so you see it. Just a second, guys. Sorry for my. I'm always slow, even on the lives, which is normal. So if you can see that, that's return details. See, return reason arrived damaged. A comment: the digital display broke in shipping. The unit will not turn on, or I would have took a picture so you could see it. Hard to see it. A lot of spelling errors. It's broken glass inside the unit. Thank you. So there are images. Maybe you guys see the images on the screen right now. But you can see there is a glass on the inside of the display on the back side that broke. And it was packed really good, guys. I packed stuff like that very good. So they had to throw it from, I don't know, just either kick it or throw it something. Because I put a piece of like a carton on a display and then put painter's tape. So it's I don't know how this happened, but it happened. So it can you guys who's been selling on different platforms for many years, you're familiar also. So it broke on the inside. The glass broke, and so buyer attached, as you can see, images of the damage. It's a second picture. It's a picture of the box which I used. Um, and here's another image of the box. So the box was fine. I mean, it's actually UPS box I had available. Sometimes I'll find those boxes if you go to UPS, because UPS is near me. Sometimes they will throw those UPS boxes that hold other boxes, I think, away into their big dumpsters, so you can actually get them from there. I've done it before. I don't know if you guys have done it or not, but it doesn't matter where you get your boxes. We'll get them somewhere. So anyway, he opened up that return, and of course, the return was approved. It doesn't matter if it's for partial repair. It doesn't matter in this case anyway, because it arrived damaged. So return reason was arrived damaged, which actually puts a ding on your account too. By the way, eBay will ding you for that on your metrics. And when he opened it, of course, he shipped it back. So, and sometimes you will think about it, think like maybe there's a scammer as usual. Maybe it's kind of weird that it broke because with electronics, guys, and scams going on with electronics. It's kind of hit or miss. I mean, sometimes it's rare that you will get a scammer, of course, but it happens, as you guys have learned throughout your reselling journeys. Um, so he shipped it back. So I got the package back, and the way actually, which I kind of didn't suspect it, but when they get, you can actually send them return label, as you guys know yourself. So they don't use prepaid label to ship it back, but I didn't do it. Sometimes I'll do it also, and I didn't at that particular time. I don't know why, but I didn't. Doesn't matter. So the buyer used prepaid return label, and it was returned with FedEx, FedEx ground. So let me stop sharing. So buyer returned this FedEx ground. It came back to me, and the label was from FedEx. And I don't remember how much they charged me for the return shipping, but doesn't matter, guys. I'm not gonna look into it. I don't remember actually, but they charged me whatever amount. So got it back, and I unpacked it. And of course, I didn't tell the buyer to make sure it's packaged right to ship it back to me, because you don't want to, buyers already stressed sometimes, not all of them but most of them, from receiving a product that you shipped damaged. And in my case, I shipped, like I said, I packed it really good, so that's why buyer was not saying anything in the message that it was packed badly or anything like that. It was packed good. um, so I will just leave it at that. And he shipped it back, but he didn't threw it in the box. He put there was bubble wrap around it still, and I had some carton. Um, I put some cartons around the side sometimes, depending on what type of electronic it is, what type of unit. So he didn't put those back, but they were in the box. He just kind of surrounded them, the equalizer around with those things, and there was a lot of bubble wrap. So he shipped it back. I got it. I opened the box, and I decided to try to file USPS insurance claim, since I shipped it with USPS Ground Advantage to him. But at the same time, you think about it, and you guys have learned throughout the years that USPS is difficult to deal um, with any type of damage claims currently. Doesn't matter if it's Ground Advantage or Priority. So most of the times they'll pay you if they lose a package. That's one of the situations that you most likely, I would say 90% of the time at least, they will cover the insurance claim. In that case, if they lose the package and cannot find it. So when I got it back, there was kind of course, you have to try, at least. Nothing will happen if you don't try, you know, without just trying something. So you'll get insurance covers you up to $100 for any item. It's included with the shipping. So same thing for FedEx ground. So the images that buyer sent that I also used. Damage content. So the choice, and I'm not gonna go through this, guys, because it's gonna be 10,000 hour video. But inside of USPS.com, if you go under help, you can click on filing a claim. Then it's gonna bring out another window. So just to show you guys a little bit, it's not complicated. So you go to, I'm already logged in, so you log in with your account credentials to USPS.com website. Then under help, I don't know if you guys see it on the screen, but most likely you do. Under help, you click on help and you click on filing a claim. Then it tells you how to file a claim. You read up on that. It's not that, difficult to do. And after that, see, it tells you have to gather documents, file your claim. So step 3, file your claim. And then you click on start an online claim. And then when you click on start an online claim, it's gonna bring up a window where it's gonna ask you for tracking number and shipping date, and you go through the prompts. So you will click on search, it's gonna find your package and so on. So it's not complicated to do, guys. Believe me, I've done it many times, and you've seen videos on that, how to do that. And claim amount that you put in also, because they cover you up to $100. So you put $100 because you cannot. I'm pretty sure you cannot go over because it covers you up to 100. So it's not gonna pay more because buyer didn't ship it back right away as usual. They don't sometimes because people are busy and doing stuff, and eBay gives you, I think, 30 days to return it. So he didn't ship it right away, but he shipped it within like a week, maybe next week after he opened the return request. I don't remember, but USPS claim on USPS.com also. And when you fill it out, you'll get an email from them with case number and the amount that you're requesting, and then it shows up in your claims history. When you go to USPS.com website, I'm not gonna share the screen because I got a bunch of different ones. You get claim history, it shows you all the claims that you've done in the past. So that claim, reason for the claim was damaged contents and insured mail service USPS priority mail and USPS grant advantage. So, and also total payment requested $100. Then you put the items claimed, they tell you what is claimed, which is equalizer, and then you describe what it was, description of it. You cannot put a lot of stuff in there, you can just put in model and brand. And then they ask you for proof of purchase. Equalizer, basically you provide eBay invoice. You save your eBay invoice. You can do it save it into PDF format, and you attach it, and also photos of the damage, all the pictures. So anyway, so that was also filled out on August 25th. That's when I submitted that one on USPS.com. So after that, I'll just read you some of the stuff because I got letter from USPS. Not gonna share this with you, but because I got my address on there and stuff. So sorry, guys. Personal information. Sorry, it's a long video, guys, but I think it's maybe someone will find it useful. So I got a letter from USPS, which was from August 26th. So next day after I filled out that claim. So in the letter it says, in response to the insurance claim for missing contents or damaged items referenced above, please present the items in mailing container, including the wrapping, packaging, and any other contents received along with this letter to a post office for inspection within 20 days. If this evidence of damage is not available for inspection, your claim may be denied. And then they give you, for more information, give you a website to go to, as usual, stuff like that. And we appreciate your business and time. Sincerely, United States Postal Service. So that letter is dated August 26th. So I had this happen already before, so I'm familiar with the procedure. It's same letter, and I would receive same type of letters from them before. So after that, um, I took and I got this letter. I took the package along with equalizer to our local post office. And when I got it there, I asked for supervisor because the clerks they don't deal with that. So you ask for supervisor. So supervisor came out, and unfortunately, it's kind of weird, but some of there are, as you guys understand, there are thousands of post offices around the country. Some post offices supervisors and employees even are familiar with procedure on how this has to be handled when you bring items that was damaged to them for inspection. Some are not. In our local post office, unfortunately, the supervisors were not familiar with the procedure. So when I originally brought it in, next day after getting that letter, the employee, the supervisor, she took photos also of the box, of the equalizer, and I showed her where damage is at. And she took the photos with her phone, and she's like, and I'm asking her, she's like, well, you're all set. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm all set? Don't you need to give me some kind of receipt that you, I guess, are gonna have it in your office because you have to leave it with them. They don't give it back to you. Um, and she actually originally said, because I dealt with the same situation before when something like that happened, um, she told me at the time, I don't need the box right now, the damaged item left here. I just will send them photos that I took to the USPS. So she's like, I'm not, I don't know, I'm not gonna give you any type of receipt or number. So I was like confused. I'm like, what the heck is going on? It's not right. Because previously I remember it was a little bit different situation also, but it was not recent. So I forgot about it myself. So, and I thought maybe they changed something in terms of procedure. So anyway, I got home after she took photos and I left. And I'm like, that's weird. Let me call USPS. And that's Archie's favorite part of my educational videos. So I called USPS. And you know how it is, guys. When you call USPS directly using their 100 number or 888, I don't remember right now off my head. But they put you on hold. And nowadays, actually, they don't. They actually give you an option for them to call you back, like eBay does. So I always select that option because it's more convenient. You don't have to stay on hold and listen to the music and fall asleep, start snoring for like 10 hours until someone will answer. So they called me back, asked for call back. So I talked to one of their employees. I'm sorry, guys. That's why I decided not to put it in the video because uh, I had conversations probably 5 times or 6 times with USPS, maybe more. And it happens, guys. Similar situation as you guys remember from my educational video about FedEx lost package. It was almost exactly the same, kind of. So they told me when I started explaining to them about the situation, that about the damaged item, that and also I forgot to mention that, guys, and mind that a lot of the times you think that's kind of weird that me as a shipper is going to claim damaged item. A lot of the times, as you guys learn from, well, again, once again, from different content creators, videos, podcasts, and lives, that the actual recipient has to go and present package either into the USPS or FedEx or UPS for them to take photos and claim the damage. You claim it as a shipper, but the recipient, your buyer, has to take the package there. And like I said, this is different, and that's why I decided to make this video. So um, I called USPS, and they called me back, and they didn't know how to handle this. So they gave me a different phone number to their claims department, and it's a different, completely different. When you call claims department, it's like different prompts that you select when you call them. It's like they ask you for like different things, like claim number and stuff like that. Not like when you call USPS, it's a little bit different. They ask you mostly for tracking stuff like that, and you still can get to customer service, or I mean, they'll call you back, but they don't handle this. So that they actually gave me different phone number to call different place that handles claims and insurance claims and stuff like that. Um, so I called, and finally, after one call, second call, third call, one time they hanged up on me after I talked to someone for like 10, 15 minutes. They just hanged up. And then I called again. I'm very persistent, guys. Until I get to the bottom of it, I will not give up. So, from my past videos, so I called again. So I finally got on to another person. And I start explaining again, same thing, because they apparently don't put it in a computer uh, about what I was calling previously about. So finally, she's like, the rep was helpful finally after like, I think it was fifth or sixth time that I called, because I didn't call for like one day. It was like consecutive days. She's like, didn't you get a form? And I'll give you the name. I'm not gonna show it to you guys because it has all my information. So the form is called PS Form 3831. That's a form that has to be given to me or a person who claims damage as a receipt by the USPS office. Apparently, our local post office here didn't know about this form. So what happened was they emailed me that when I called, the finally very helpful employee of that department, they emailed me incident number, which they have a number for an incident, that it is an incident. And they told me that I have to go with that email that they sent me. They give you article number and see, dear Roman, per our conversation about my insurance claim. So same thing as the letter was for that I read to you previously that USPS mailed me. And at the end, they in the email it says once the damage report is completed, the station should provide you with PS form 3831 as your receipt showing the damage report was completed. The station should then upload a form 2856 under my PO to show the evidence of damage. If the station needs assistance, please contact, and they give you the number, providing your incident number. So I printed out that email message. Mind that, guys, after 8 calls to USPS, and I went back and forth to my local. Thankfully, it's not far away. I think I went there 4 times, maybe five. I don't remember. So I printed out that email. I took that email with me, that what I just read to you, brought it again to the local post office, local office, and I asked for supervisor again. The supervisor came out, and I showed her this what they sent me in that email that they should provide me with this form 3831, and she's like, "Oh," she actually remembered something. She's like, "Oh, that's right." It's like we may have those forms here. And then she's like, "Let me find it and give it to you." And I'm like, "Well, don't you need to fill this out first on your end here in the office?" And then what it says, I just read to you to contact them if they need assistance, if they're not sure what the hell they're doing. So eventually, another supervisor came out. There were two supervisors who couldn't understand what the hell is going on. I'm telling you guys, I should have recorded this, but I don't want to, put it out for everyone to see. And I respect the USPS employees because they do a lot of work, guys. Even though there's, stuff happens. But like I said, there are thousands of USPS officers. Every someone is trained at something. Someone is not that trained in something. But whatever, I'm not gonna blame them. I mean, they do amazing job. So anyway, so after that, they finally second supervisor. She's like, "Where is the package?" And I'm like, "It's in my car." So I brought the package. Thankfully, I didn't leave it at home. I knew that I have to just leave it in my car just in case. So I took the package from my car, brought it back, and she again, second supervisor took photos again. Then she went back, and I was like waiting for like I don't know 25 minutes there. I just she's like, "Wait here." So they finally filled out that uh, that form 2856 with evidence of damage, and they gave me this PS 3831 form that I actually had to fill out with them. So they gave me this form that you have to fill out as a when you claim, when you're trying to claim as a customer, not a customer, but as a shipper or receiver. Actually, recipient, I think should fill this out. But anyway, don't mind that, guys. So uh, I filled that out with all my address, date, what was inside the box, what type of item it is, stuff like that. I filled out this form, and then they made a copy of it and gave me this. I'm not gonna show because it has my information. This form PS 3831, and I took it with me as a receipt that I left my box with them. And they told me, I told them, well, how will I find out about if I will be, approved or denied? And in the past, I know because in the past, I think a couple of years ago, I did the same thing. It was denied, and I got a letter in mail that says your insurance claim has been denied. To give you why, and I don't remember what it was. I think at the time before, I didn't get to the bottom of it like I did now. It was persistency because last time I didn't decided like not to pursue it that much. I don't remember what kind of item it was or what it was, but I think something. I think I didn't get the form last time, like the one I was just telling you about. I didn't tell. They didn't know about that either. I think, and I didn't know about that either. So at that time I didn't know who to call. Now I know. So um, and at that time it was denied. I got a letter in mail that was denied, and also you can see it being denied on your USPS web on inside of your account on USPS under your claims. It will say denied. So the employee supervisor told me we will keep the damaged package in our office until that resolves, until user get your insurance claim request approved or you get it denied. It's gonna stay at our local office. And I asked them how long it's gonna take, and she's like, "Well, they're busy now, as you know, USPS, and may take a month and a half. I don't remember last time before when I was denied. I think it was months and a half probably. Oh, that it took maybe more. So anyway, I said it's fine. I took that form receipt with me, and that's it. And after that, I was like waiting. I think after 3 weeks, I called that claims department again to find out if there is any progress because you can check progress on the website under your claims to see, and it will say in I think it was saying still in review under review. That's what it says. Under review means they're still investigating it. And they, according to the post office supervisor and the claims department, they apparently have an employee that's supposed to look into it. Separate employees there that look specifically into those types of claims, to damage claims. So they said they're backed up. So when I called after 3 weeks, maybe months I think, because maybe yeah 3 weeks, I don't remember. Uh, they told me you're gonna have to wait more because they're backed up, and that I guess adjuster or whoever it is, like with any car insurance claims, they're still busy. So, okay, that's fine. And Yes, well, after uh, waiting for 2 months almost after I filled it out, I think it's not even 2 months. Sorry, it's less than that. I was wrong in the beginning of the video because I filled it out on August 25th. Today is October 8th. So um, it was under review. And after that, I was checking again last week. I went in, I checked every week, like sometimes every other, not every other day, but during the week. And I checked again, and status was paid. So they approved my claim, guys. Yeah, for $100. And I'll show you just a part of the check that I got a couple days ago without my hopefully address seen. But I'll just show you $100 from United States Postal Service. So there you go, guys. I got paid by USPS for damaged claim, $100. So I'm happy. And once again, guys, it's almost an hour video, but thankfully, thank you guys if you stuck around for that long. And once again, guys, in this situation, it was worth for me to try it because even though after driving to post office numerous times, gas money is not far away from me. It's like 5 minutes away from me. So gas money back and forth. I think I went back and forth 4 or 5 times. Called USPS, of course. Time is money. And stayed with them online probably one time like 30 minutes. That's why I didn't make that video that Archie Biscuit bad loves about me getting angry. But I wasn't angry this time actually. I was actually fine because they actually were helping. Even our local, shout out to our local USPS great supervisors. I mean, they helped out a lot. Even though in the beginning they didn't know what kind of forms they need to fill out, but eventually it all worked out. And once again, guys, I'm happy about it. I got $100 check from them, and the item, as you know, from the beginning, paid around $7.30 after shipping it to the buyer. The shipping was I don't remember. It was granted advantage to Florida. Um, it doesn't matter, guys. Well, after deduction of everything, if you calculate it, shipping back to me shipping to the buyer, fees, and I of course refunded the buyer total amount plus shipping in this case because it's considered seller's fault. Um, yeah, I mean still most likely you calculate everything at least made my money back plus you know whatever money I spent on gas, time and stuff like that. It's kind of a learning experience for me too, and for you maybe guys. If you wanna you know spend time on this, try it. As you can see, it is possible. Me being actually shipper, winning that claim, and not recipient. I didn't ask the buyer to go to the post office and tell them it got arrived damaged. I could have, but most likely buyer will say no and be very possibly angry. Maybe they wouldn't. I mean, you never know how buyers. Some buyers are maybe okay with it. Some are probably not. Majority probably will be not because they have other things to do. That's not their issue, not their problem. So, anyway, guys, thanks for sticking around for this long video. Appreciate you all watching. Maybe it is useful for someone. Hopefully, leave comments if it is useful. It's like my lives, guys. An hour long video. But thank you, guys, and I'll see you soon on next video, guys. It's probably not gonna be about reselling, but most likely some of you will like it and approve my videos. Take care, guys. Stay safe. Once again, for everyone affected by hurricanes Helene and upcoming Hurricane Milton, stay safe. Try to evacuate if possible because it's a serious situation. And praying for all of you guys affected by this stuff, this crazy weather going on in the world and stuff going on in the world. Take care. Stay safe.